Welcome back, and in this lesson we are going to prep this extrude cube for 3D printing. So notice that the bevels have kind of decreased. They're still there, they're just really small, and that's because the last little polygon here we made, this little face right there, is super small, so that's kind of limiting our bevel effect. So I'm going to go into edit mode, make sure you have that face selected, and watch what happens if I just scale that face. Notice our bevel on all of our edges increases as we increase that. So I'm just going to kind of go somewhere in there. And just keep in mind, this cube is really, really small. So that, we don't want to go too tiny with that. Otherwise, it's going to have trouble 3D printing it. So maybe even a little larger. And what we're going to do now is just go to our 3D printing toolbox. And if you don't have that, just go to your add-ons and search for 3D. And that will bring it up, the 3D print toolbox. And we're going to go to check all. And there we go. Non-manifold edges 0. And I already knew that because our bevel is still intact. And so as long as you have your bevels are still showing up, you should see non-manifold edges 0. We do have some intersecting faces. And notice that's all happening with our non-manifold extrusions. And that's pretty normal. So you don't really have to worry about that. We do have some non-flat faces right here. For those, we can easily fix those with cleanup, distorted, boop, and there we go. So if we check all, notice these will go away. There we go, hey! And we've got a sharp edge somewhere here. So let's see what's going on here. It's saying that this edge is too sharp, and this one is right here. So I agree, and that's just because we've dropped it in. Maybe we can grab this and kind of scale it in just a little bit, and that will maybe make that less steep, less sharp right there. I think it would have been no problem for printing, but just so we can zero these out, maybe we scale this one down too and check that. So we're looking for our sharp edges. Hey, there we go. So really intersecting faces you can keep. It's not going to be that much of a problem. Let's see, we can try and do a remove doubles, or if you go to mesh, clean up, and merge by distance. So that didn't really do anything. Maybe if we crank it up a little bit. And I'm just cranking it up and looking down here to see if anything gets removed. So I'm not seeing anything. So we'll just check all. Yeah, that's okay. For the intersecting faces, if they're showing up on your extrude manifold tool side, the one with the new tool, that's okay. That's just saying that, that's just kind of the nature of that tool. So it should be fine. But for overhanging faces, we do want to check those. Some of these, I think some of these will be fine. That one may need a little help here. That one should be fine. All these guys. And that one right there would be for bridging. So the only ones I'm really worried about is this guy here. So we're going to edge mode. Maybe just try and G and Z and just bring that edge up and see if that helps. And let's hit over. Let's check all. Do overhangs. So it's still saying it's overhanging. So we'll do G. See. Whoa. Just grab that one edge here. And yours may be totally different, but, just kind of look around and see if there's anywhere on your design that needs to be adjusted. And, we could have used support material right here, but I don't really want to. I want this cube to be able to 3D print straight off the bed. No rafts, no supports, just bloop, ready to go. So maybe go over here. This one looks a little steep here. Maybe we'll grab this edge. I know it's going to mess up the symmetry, but I want this one. Actually, let's leave it. Let's see what happens. It may have to put a support just right there, just one tiny one in the middle. I'm okay with that. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. So we'll do one last check all, and let's export it for 3D printing. So we'll just make sure you have your extrude cube selected. You can rename it if you want to. And we're going to go to Export, find or tell Blender where we want to save. I have an STLs folder here, and we'll just, you can pick your format. I'm just going to leave it STL and export. And that's looking pretty cool. So let's go ahead and jump into a slicer of your choice. I'm going to use Prusa Slicer today. We'll just add our object. Hey, there we go. And it says that it is manifold, just like our 3D Print Toolbox told us. And let's go ahead and prepare for 3D printing. And I'm not going to put a support there. I just want to see what it does. So let's go ahead and slice it up. Looks pretty good. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and print that thing. Just export the G code.